Okay, had to run to Home Depot to get some 1/4 inch plywood to put on the back of the nightstand. And that's what the back side of it's going to look like. Nice and pretty. Let's get the other one. Put some glue on it. Same process as the first one. Take the 1/4 inch plywood, put the glue on the table, tack it down with the brad nailer, and voila, done. Okay, after watching the video the first time and starting to edit, I realized that I do the exact same process twice. The first one did not completely get recorded. I had to stop in the middle of it, low battery. So I continued with the second one. So this process is just doubled. You see me working on the second one now with 2 clamps and gluing it together, putting the Kreg jig screws in there, or pocket hole screws, to make it nice and flat and solid. After putting the outer screws on, I realized, whoops, I got to do the 2 center screws. And then remove the clamps and get the base and set on there. Make sure that it is exactly 1 inch all the way around. There's no instructions for that, so I just have to measure and then see that it's going to take exactly 1 inch front and back and both sides in order to make this thing perfectly set on there, and we have a tabletop that works all the way around. I've got to join the base with the tabletop now, so now I drill pilot holes for the 2 inch screws that are going to be screwed in. I make sure that the proper depth, screw my screws in, then this piece is done, then I start working on the drawers. Okay, I start with the base and the sides, front and back. I put them all together and I do it like the instructions say, and I put my clamps on it to try to tighten it up so it sits on the base, and I look at it again. I'm like, how am I supposed to get my pocket holes screwed in? My drill don't fit. So then it realized, turn them sides around, screw them in from the outside. It fits. I take my glue, I glue them up, tighten them down, make sure that they're flush. Do the same thing to the other side. Tighten the other set of clamps down completely. Make sure everything's flush and square, and screw them down. As you can see, even with the clamps on there, when you're screwing them down, it still wants to move a little bit. I have to tap it back down, unscrew them just a little bit, tap it back down again, screw them back in so that it becomes flush. I flip it over on the face of it, and I put the first screw in, but the camera is not running at the time, and I strip it out. So I go inside the house, I grab some wooden toothpicks, I stick them in the hole, put some glue in there, put the screw in there, it tightens right up. The bottom of this is going to be tight. As you can see, I've got to work that out just a 1/16 of an inch or so. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get it in there. I finally get it in, I take it inside and show the girls the finished drawer. They love it. Love it, I tell you. Now I'm going to drill the pilot holes for the hardware. I mark it center and center. The handle is already marked in the center. I set it over the center, find my holes, mark them out with a pencil, drill the pilot holes so I can put the wood screws in, and we'll be set right after it's painted. Okay, as you can see, I'm done with the drawer. Step 6, done. Time to move to step 7. Let's build the casing for the drawer. This is the second nightstand we're seeing here. The first one took over 25 minutes to complete. I discovered some things on the first one that I'm going to show you on the second one. This one is facing away from us so you can see something. The first one was looking at the top the whole time. All you have to do is put the bottom rails flush. So I've glued them, and now I'm brad nailing them to the side. They're flush. This leaves 1/8 of an inch all the way around for the drawer to slide in. And I can put the front in. Now I can pull the drawer back out a little bit, place 2 little bitty blocks in the back so that the drawer doesn't slide all the way to the bottom of the nightstand. I pull the drawer out. I line the bottom rail right there so it can slide in easily. Get it flush, tap it in, and clamp it. Screw it in. As you can see, look in the back, 2 blocks. That will stop the drawer from going all the way to the back. The drawer fits in flush with the front of the nightstand. Now I'm taking the 2 blocks and I'm gluing them in there, and before I permanently clamp them in there, I better check it one more time. Yep, the drawer is perfectly flush. I go ahead and clamp. I get the wooden dowel covers for the Craig jig holes for the front of the nightstand. I clean them up. I place them in there, put a little glue, tap them in. Grab my sander, sand them down just a little bit. And you know what? This one's done. Now I bring back the first one. Go ahead and put the dowel cover pieces in there, glue them in. Grab my sander, sand them down, sand the top ones down. Now both of them are completed. Well, there's only one more step to do with that thing, and that's put the bottom slats on it. This is taking forever, you know it? Time to move on to the lower part of the night table, and that would be the lower shelf. I bring back in the first one, set it up on the table. I have previously cut about 30 boards that's going to fit across through here, and I'm picking out the 7 best ones that look good grain wise going across the bottom of it so that they look like they're supposed to be in order. I get the spacing correct. I pull them back off. Now I got to sand all the little fuzzies off the end of them from where I ripped them. I put them back in the order that I want them. Space them out. Get them aligned. Make sure they're perfect and exactly the same size on both of them. Brad nail them down. Making sure they don't move. Call the wifey. Let her inspect it. Tap them in so that they can be filled in and there's nothing to get hung on. I've slowed this down a little bit. Look who makes an appearance. She can't wait to see what it looks like done. It is time for the signature. Elmy Outdoors. You ready? Let's see, how do I want to do this? Hey, that's pretty cool, huh? Another job completed. This one's done all the way around. Now comes the daunting task of editing, piecing together, over-recording the whole shebang. Alright. Listen, let's look at it together when it's all said and done with. And this will be the drawer. Goes in. Fits fine. This will be the handle that goes on it. Where's the hole? There's the hole. Right there. That'll be the handle. That's the tabletop. Bottom slats. This is looking from the front. And that's the side view. Another job done. And Tina already put in her order. How about that? I got some schmutz on here. There. Schmutz is gone. Hopefully it still looks good. Okay, we're out of here for the day. See you in post-editing. If you've liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Tell me if it looks good or not. I think they do. I think they look awesome. Not bad for a wood dabbler, right?
I have a camera woman for the very first time.
My part is done. Now Petra gets to paint them, stain them, whatever she wants. One thing I should remind you of, the little block that we had to put in the back of these. Don't forget, your drawer will be flush. I want to remind you, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. This works, right? Okay, I got to show you what the wifey's doing. She is chalk painting them. See how it's turning out? This is the back. There's the front. Well, the project's finished. The wife unit, my queen, says that her chalk painting is done. The waxing is done. She's got him sitting over here all set, ready to go. The hardware's on them. Time to take a look. Nice deep drawer. I'm proud of them. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And we'll see you on the next go-round. What do you think, Deebs?
I love it. But not like this. I look bad.
Yes.
No, you can do that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling very pretty today. So ask me tomorrow.
She says, we're out of here.